Not every gesture is loud. Not every act of love is obvious. Sometimes the deepest forms of devotion are hidden in the quiet things, the sacrifices no one sees, the changes no one asks for. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice something powerful. There are certain things a woman will only do for one kind of man, not the one she dates casually, not the one she tolerates, but the one she truly, deeply loves. So let me ask you, has a woman ever started mirroring your habits without realizing it? Opened herself in ways she never has before? Defended your name in rooms you weren't even in? If so, you might be witnessing something rare. Not strategy, not performance, but soul-level loyalty. In this video, we'll break down 6 powerful things women do only for the men they love, and why each one reveals more than just affection. It reveals trust, depth, and emotional courage. Before we begin, if you value deep insight into love, behavior, and connection, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps more people see what real love looks like beneath the surface. Now let's begin. Because when a woman chooses with her heart, her actions say everything. Number 1, she defends him in his absence. The truest test of loyalty isn't what someone says to your face. It's what they say when you're not in the room. And when a woman deeply loves a man, she becomes his quiet shield. She listens when others speak carelessly about him. She hears the subtle shade, the passive-aggressive jokes, the disguised criticism, and instead of staying silent, she speaks. Not with rage, not with theatrics, but with calm certainty. With words that say, "I know who he is, and I won't let you rewrite him." You see, when a woman truly loves a man, she takes pride in his name. She may not agree with everything he does, no one should, but she refuses to let the world reduce him to a punchline. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." When a woman sees that goodness in a man, she protects it, even when he's unaware. It's not about blind defense. It's about respect. It's about loyalty without an audience. And that kind of loyalty, you'll never have to ask for it. You'll never have to earn it twice. So if you find out she's been defending you when you weren't around, quietly, consistently, understand this: you are not just loved, you are honored. Number 2, she softens in your presence even when life hardens her. The world doesn't always treat women gently. Many carry more than they show. Expectations, pressure, past wounds, and over time they learn how to protect themselves. With silence, with sharpness, with walls built high and thick. But when a woman truly loves a man, something remarkable happens. She softens, not because she's weak, but because she finally feels safe enough to stop fighting. Around everyone else, she may lead with strength, logic, control. But with him, she allows space for tenderness. Not because he demands it, but because his presence feels like a shelter, not a battlefield. And in that sacred space, she lets the armor fall. She speaks more gently. She laughs without second-guessing. She cries when she needs to without apology. Seneca once wrote, "No one can feel secure while he causes another to feel fear." And the man she loves, he gives her peace, not fear. This softness isn't submission, it's trust. Because only when a woman feels deeply valued does she reveal her most unguarded self. So if you've noticed her letting go in your presence, relaxing her shoulders, smiling without force, opening up without fear, understand you are not just desired, you are home. Number 3, she begins to mirror your values and growth. Love doesn't always look like fireworks. Sometimes it looks like alignment, a quiet shift in how she sees the world. When a woman deeply loves a man, she doesn't just admire him. She starts to reflect him. Not in the surface-level things, but in the values he holds. She begins to lean into discipline. She questions her old patterns. She becomes more mindful of her words, her time, her intentions. Not because he asked, but because she sees in him a version of who she wants to grow with. And that growth isn't imitation, it's resonance. Epictetus once said, "Show me who you admire, and I will tell you who you are." When a woman admires a man's character, his direction, his inner compass, she naturally begins to synchronize her own. That's when love becomes more than emotion. It becomes momentum. You'll notice it in her language, her new routines, the way she starts talking about the future, not just hers, but yours, together. Because when she loves you deeply, she doesn't just want your affection, she wants to be in step with your evolution. So if you see her growing beside you, not for approval but from admiration, know this: you're not just loved, you're inspiring her evolution. Number 4. She forgives you faster than she forgives anyone else. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is a decision of the strong, especially when it comes from someone who has every reason to walk away. When a woman truly loves a man, something shifts deep within her. She doesn't lower her standards. She doesn't excuse disrespect, but she extends a kind of grace that no one else receives. Why? Because she sees his intent, not just his mistake. She looks at his failure and searches for his heart beneath it. A woman in love understands that no man is perfect, but a good man is accountable. And when she sees that effort, her instinct isn't to punish, it's to repair. Marcus Aurelius said, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to get worked up or to trouble your soul." She embodies this. She may be hurt, but she doesn't rush to judgment. She forgives you faster, because with you, she sees a future worth protecting. She guards the connection even when her pride is bruised. And that kind of forgiveness, that quiet return of trust, it's not something you earn. It's something love offers only to the one who feels like home. So if she forgives you gently, quickly, and more than once, understand this: you are not being let off the hook. You are being held onto with love. 5. She lets you lead without losing herself. A woman in love is not weak. She is not waiting to be rescued. But when she loves a man deeply, she does something most women can't or won't do easily. She lets him lead. Not because she lacks direction, but because she trusts his. In a world that often tells women to never yield, to never lean, to never soften, it takes incredible strength to say, "I trust where you're going, and I want to walk beside you." But here's the key. She doesn't disappear. She doesn't shrink. She lets you lead while remaining fully herself. She still speaks her mind, still follows her vision, still carries her own fire. But she aligns with you because she sees the wisdom in your direction, the steadiness in your spirit. As Seneca said, no man leads well unless he first learns to obey reason. And when she sees that you are ruled by reason, not ego, she lets go of the need to control. That surrender? It's not weakness. It's reverence. So if she walks beside you, not behind, not ahead, but beside, while still being fully her, understand, you are not just followed. You are trusted with her strength. Number 6. She begins to include you in her long-term vision. A woman's love isn't proven by how often she says it. It's revealed in who she plans for when no one's watching. When a woman truly loves a man, her dreams start to shift, not in sacrifice, but in shared expansion. She begins to speak in plurals. "We should go there someday. When we get that place, I wonder what kind of father you'd be." And just like that, you're no longer just part of her present. You've become part of her future self's identity. That inclusion? It's sacred. It means she sees more than chemistry or comfort. It means she sees alignment, a rare kind of emotional logic. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When her thoughts start coloring you into her long-term picture, it's not out of desperation, it's out of depth. She has options, but she chooses you. Not just for now, but for what she's building. So if she starts talking about tomorrow like you'll be there, if you hear your name woven into her dreams, her travels, her home, her legacy, know this. You're not just in her heart. You're in her vision. And for a woman in love, that's the final vow, long before the wedding ring. Conclusion. Love, when it's real, doesn't always shout. It shows up in quiet patterns, in loyalty given without request, in trust extended without demand, in sacrifices made without being seen. The Stoics taught us to measure people not by their words, but by the consistency of their actions. And when a woman loves deeply, truly, she doesn't just say it, she lives it. She defends you when you're not around, softens in your presence while holding her strength, mirrors your growth, forgives you faster than anyone else, walks beside you in purpose, and slowly begins to make space for you in the story of her life. These are not small things. These are signals of a heart that has chosen with intention. So if you recognize these signs, cherish them, protect them, and above all, earn them back every day. Because love like this is not found in the noise. It's found in the quiet devotion that only a rare kind of woman offers, and only to the man she truly respects. If this video spoke to you, if you saw yourself or someone you love reflected in these words, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this message. It helps us reach others walking the Stoic path and reminds them that real love still exists, grounded in character, growth, and quiet strength. Until next time, walk with honor and love with clarity. The Stoic pathway continues.